Welcome to Xroadsnetworks. I'm going to walk you through using the Site2Site Client. First, I'm going to show you the two locations where you can find the Site2Site Client. Originally, you can go to the Site2Site tab and select the Site2Site Client button. This will take you to the client settings. The new method that you can find on the newer firmware, under the Firewall tab, open the drop-down window and you're going to select Remote Access Site2Site Client. So here we have the exact same settings page. You have the option to enable the Site2Site client. Here we have enabling the client-to-client communications. This is for the Site2Site clients. And this option would be to force your client to use the Xroads device as the gateway. And for the network, you do not want to use your LAN network subnet. You want to use an entirely different subnet. So if your network was a 192.168.10, you'd want to change it to either a 20 or just a different subnet. The server port, you can make changes to this port as long as you make those same changes onto the client. And the DNS address, you can also add the secondary and a Wings address if you have one. Simply hit the update button. Now at the top, you'll see the download the latest Site2Site client. Go ahead and click on this link, which will then redirect you to the Site2Site client registration website. Here, just go ahead and fill in the information requested and hit the register button. The following page would be where you download the client. Select the latest download link. Once you've downloaded the client, go ahead and launch it. Unless you're running Windows XP, you're most likely going to encounter this issue where it does not support Windows. Go ahead and hit OK. You're going to right click the setup icon. We're going to go to properties. We're going to hit the compatibility tab. And we're going to check the box to run this program in compatibility mode. You want to hit the drop down window and locate Windows XP Service Pack 3 and select apply and hit OK. Now we're going to go ahead and launch it again. This time it should run the installer. Here we go. Go ahead and go through the steps. Once the installation is complete, go ahead and enter the WAN IP address of the Xroads device. And if you have a WAN 2 network on your Xroads device, you can go ahead and enter the address here. Keep in mind, remember to make sure that this port still matches whatever port you have it set to on your Xroads device. 1104 is default. Hit OK. Go ahead and hit next and finish. For future reference, if you need to make changes to your WAN IP address, you will need to locate the configurator shortcut and run it as administrator in order to make changes. We're going to return to our Xroadsnetworks device and we're going to go to the Firewall tab. Under the drop down menu, you're going to select Layer 7 Firewall User Management. Here you'll see all the users on your network. Go to the bottom and hit Add User Device. We're going to create a new user and simply enter a password. We're not going to make any other changes, then hit Add Update. Now you can go ahead and minimize or exit out of your Xroads device. We're going to go down to the Site2Site client, the X in the bottom. Once you've located it, go ahead and right click, select Connect. You're going to enter that username that we just created and password. Once you get connection, your red X changed to a green check. And you'll see that you've been assigned an IP address for the Site2Site network. At this point, you can launch an RDP session and connect to your desktop remotely. And for non-Windows users, there is an open source program called OpenVPN, which supports multiple platforms. What that means to you is that you can use your preferred device to connect to your network remotely. The OpenVPN is built with the latest version of OpenSSL. The security model is based on using the SSL and TLS for session authentication. It also has scalability up to thousands of clients It is easy to install and it can support dynamic IP addresses as well as a NAT addressing. This software is also fully compatible with the Site2Site technology. For Mac users, there's an OpenVPN version called Tunnel Blake. There's also OpenVPN support for Windows 8, Linux, Android, and the iPad, iPhone OS. For more how-to guides and documentation, please visit our website at xroadsnetworks.com.